Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast, a Colts podcast with real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler, and today a special guest, Tyquan Lewis. Tyquan, how's it going?
Good, man. I appreciate you for having me on the show, man.
Hey, Tyquan, man. Again, we just think this is awesome that you think about us, kind of just a common Colts fans and taking some time. Just real curious, we're in the offseason right now. Doing anything fun? I mean, outside of football?
See, I've been rehabbing a lot lately, so that's the main thing. Just rehab. I've been on a couple trips and stuff like that. Cancun, the zoo, just different things. Just trying to stay active. Still live a little bit.
Yeah. What is that like? Obviously, last season you had that injury when you were kind of bouncing back. What's the psyche when you kind of have these injuries mounting up, and then the Colts taking a step and they offered you a contract, and I think they believe in you, obviously, with that deal. So what goes through your mind when all this stuff kind of happens?
Initially you're frustrated. You feel like you've been robbed, but for the most part, it's like you given free will in life, so it's just you either gonna come back and attack it, or you just gonna sit there and just drown in your own sorrow, and I'm not a person to dwell on anything, so pick up the pieces and keep going.
Yeah, from the outside, I mean, last season was kind of like a circus. I mean, just all the coaching changes and all that stuff happening, and now you got a new head coach. What's that like? Do you get to meet him? Are you allowed to talk to him yet? Are there some special practices you get with a new coach? Have you met Shane Steichen yet?
We met, we spoke, but we don't get to necessarily like meet on that level yet until next week when OTA start. When OTA starts, I guess it's mainly just free game, do whatever, like as far as meetings and stuff. I don't think we do on the field things right away, but it's in phases. So, but I mean, Shane's he's a great guy, great coach. Inspired, enthusiastic, ready to go. You could just see it oozing throughout him, like through his face and things like that. So, very excited here.
Yeah. So one big thing for the defensive side of the ball, Gus Bradley actually stayed as the defensive coordinator. How big is that to maybe have that familiarity on the defensive side of the ball?
I think it's like a huge plus because, you don't really have to change much. You just enhance it now, after a year in the system. Now you just have to enhance it, grow, fix it, fix whatever we need to fix and become better at it.
Yeah, Tyquan, help us a little bit. Again, we label ourselves as common Colt fans. We don't know the insides of the NFL.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing that common Colt fans miss or don't understand that an NFL player has to do or go through, or what's it like to be an NFL player?
I don't think people understand like the whole aspect of what our job entails, or what goes into it. I mean, anybody could be like, hey, they're paying you $1 million to play football without knowing what goes into it.
Yeah.
Like some of us have played this game since we were, yay high, whatever.
Yeah.
And, you only a certain amount of people get to do what we do at this high of a level, let alone major big time colleges, So it's a lot that goes into it in a daily routine, mindset. It takes a special kind of person to just, be a professional athlete because, there's so many like structures and things like that put in place for the athlete to succeed. But, everybody doesn't have the same mindset when it comes to that. You really don't take into account of everything that we go through on a daily basis. Like, at the end of the day, we're still human. We go to work. We don't get to go outside as much. Like, we're away from our families too. So even though it's football, it's still a job now. Especially at the professional level. So people they think we're just playing the game, but technically we probably only go outside for 2 hours max, except during the day,
Yeah.
Other than that,
Crazy.
you're in the meeting room the whole day. You're watching football. And it's not just always football. Sometimes it's, the coach is giving you a life lesson, just things like that. So it's like, but football and business is tough. Yeah. And I don't think people understand that. Like, you say whatever you want, you can have an opinion of a player, but every single player, like, if you don't perform, you're out of the door. So I don't think people take that into account. Like, players have feelings and stuff like that. That's just the way it is, though.
Well, yeah, I always find it interesting, when you watch these Hall of Fame speeches and the players are always like, hey, thanks to my family because I had to make a lot of sacrifices to make this happen. So it does seem like a lot of sacrifice from the outside. But my question is, and maybe this is a fun one, which Colts player or players do you think may be lined up for a breakout season in 2023?
Player or players? I hope everybody is.
Yeah.
I hate to single it. I don't like singling out people.
Yeah.
But I just with Bobby leaving, we have a lot. That's an opportunity for some players to step up.
Yeah.
So that linebacker group, I'm sure, we'll be able to, come in and establish themselves. So especially with EJ, EJ, he's a special player. But as far as everything goes, like I said, man, I just hope everybody succeeds. I hope we all gel as one. I'm not one to single anyone out. I won't well for every single one of my teammates. I'm sorry, I can't really give you much on that.
No, that's good, man. I respect that.
That's just my thing.
Hey, who would be your all-time favorite person just to sack? And I mean, just maybe a blindside hit or on a big third or fourth down. Like, if you could sack one quarterback, who would you love to sack?
I don't know. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is the hardest. He's one of the hardest ones to get. Man, his pocket presence is amazing. Yeah. But I don't know. I hope we get all 17 of them that's on the schedule. Yeah. We just need one. Get 17 sacks.
So draft coming up here. Obviously, you're a few years removed from the draft. What goes through a prospect's mind 2-3 weeks before the draft? I imagine a lot of anxiety, especially if you're not expected to be a top 10, well, even a top 10 pick, but if you're not sure where you're going.
Yeah. Even if you're like, it's so much uncertainty in the draft because you don't know what anybody thinks. You hear all these things from your agent. And you hear this, that, and the third, but honestly, you don't really know until the day comes, and then, that's when you find out. I don't think it matters if you're a top 10 pick or whatever. But I mean, with the draft, I think everyone just needs to be like appreciative of like just hearing their name call, or you just get an opportunity because all you need is an opportunity. So, I've been around people that's been undrafted and people that's been drafted late, high. It doesn't really matter, like I said, everyone should just get much success as possible because you don't get to do it but for so long. But I mean, on draft night, enjoy it. I know it's suspenseful, very suspenseful. I know you just have to just cherish that moment, man, because like I said, it's so special and it's only a limited amount of time for you to play this game and just enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Now you're a Buckeye alum, and do you ever root for the Colts to draft more Buckeyes? Is that something you kind of keep an eye on? Like, hey, let's get some more Buckeyes in here.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm always for the. I guess I'm all for like getting the best player available, but of course, it's always good to have those Buckeye connections.
We're winding down here in this interview, and we just want to know if you just have any message to Colts Nation heading into next season, or just anything you want to throw out there.
Oh, I mean, for the most part, I just want everyone to know that, don't dwell on the past. it's a new year, new opportunity, and with new opportunity comes great things. Just stick by us. That's all I ask for. Just be the best fans you could be, and you'll get the best players you could get. But that's all it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's gonna be a hell of a ride, and I'm always appreciative of each and every fan.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey man, we appreciate you coming on and thinking about us, and we wish you the best of luck next season. And hey, thanks again, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me. Y'all have a great night and enjoy yourselves.